Time for Twins Pod. It's going to be a damn good show. Yeah. There's a reason why Trump is grabbing green card holders who's protesting against Israel. Yeah. Then labeling them Hamas supporters and then deporting them. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think Republicans
They just
are really...
released that one guy. What's his name? Khalil?
Oh, they released Muhammad
He got
Khalil?
released today.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got a green card.
Yeah, he's a permanent resident.
Yeah, he was doing everything right immigration-wise.
Yeah.
He's not a criminal. Oh, you're with Hamas. They tried to deport him.
Yeah. The judge came out and ruled that you got to release him. This is crazy.
And Republicans are like, yeah, send him to, they like Juggle, yes, send him to the Gaza Strip. I'm like, that's a death sentence for him. Why do you think he's out in the United States protesting what's going in?
Dude's smart. Dude, I think he's a medical student. He wants to be a doctor.
Yeah, it's like the Republicans don't realize what's going on.
I know, and it's just hypocritical to me, like, because they say they're free speech absolutists.
Nah.
But you know what?
But if Trump's doing it, they love it.
Yeah, it's a lot of. It's
That's
a
the
lot
thing.
It's a cult. It is a cult of Donald Trump. Unfortunately, you know, I love that. We love Donald Trump.
Yeah,
you know, all three of us, we love Donald Trump.
I don't regret my vote either.
Yeah, but
I don't like.
It's unfortunate that he's not the Trump that we want him to be, I guess, because some other powers that have a lot of sway and financial balls really got him by the balls, unfortunately.
Our politicians taking like he's investigating Act Blue.
Yeah.
Because he said we're getting money from foreign countries.
Yeah.
I was like, come on.
I know.
Republicans, y'all getting money from Israel. That's a foreign country.
It's so silly. But then you're an anti-Semite if you bring that up.
Right.
It's just, it's a double standard, and it will always be that way until it's like it gets weeded out of our government. Yeah. But if I want to be devil's advocate right now for why the Trump administration is deporting people, I can understand. Maybe they're afraid of a potential terrorist attack. Maybe they're afraid of a false flag to happen. Maybe they're afraid of the heat.
Maybe they have a medical student.
Yeah.
Maybe they got knowledge. Well, I would say I'm trying to take Trump's side. Maybe they got access to information that we don't. But if they had access to this information, they would release it to the public.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hear because if they did have access to information, they would release it to the public because it's all about molding the public's perception.
Right.
So they would.
Yeah, and if they did have this information, why did they let the person come in to begin with? Yeah, I like Candace's exposing a lot of this. She's taking a lot of heat for it, and I've seen all this like post on Facebook, like, what happened to her? What's wrong with Candace? She's not down with Trump no more. I'm sure she, as a president, she's down with Trump, but just because you voted for a person doesn't mean you're gonna respect everything that they do. It's okay to criticize.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Everything he's done, I'm happy with, except for what he's doing to these people that's protesting against Israel. Yeah. I don't know how violent they have been, but I'm thinking I think Trump is a Zionist and he's just trying to do Israel's dirty work.
It's unfortunate, you would want somebody to be a Christian supremacist, if anything, if they were any sort of religious supremacist.
Exactly.
But then you got a guy that's basically an admitted Zionist. When he was running, he said, "I'm going to make Israel great again. This is going to be the greatest presidency for Israel. It's going to be so beautiful." And it's like, I don't know if I want to vote for that. That's why I kind of.
What's the alternative, Joe? Kamala?
Hey,
let
me be devil's advocate one more time. I'm advocating for the devil a little too much today, but imagine if Kamala did win, right? Imagine if she did win and she stole it in front of everybody's eyes, just like Joe Biden. It was Joe Biden 2.0. And then the radical right gets more radical. And then the dissidents gets more dissident. And then it's like, we see a more radical rise. Maybe that could be a good thing. It could also be a bad thing because it could lead to, people getting imprisoned and who knows, and maybe another January 6th event could have erupted. But at least you don't quell that spirit of resistance. Now that Trump is in and everybody's like back to sleep now. Oh, Trump's in. Oh, I can go back to sleep. It's okay.
Yeah. Trump says it's good, it's good.
Exactly. So that's kind of now the complacency has taken hold in the right-wing party and the radical side has really simmered down. That's what we're looking at, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would be true. I don't know if who knows what could have happened if Kamala won.
Stock market would be doing a lot better than it is now.
Yeah.
Those tariffs really wrecked it, but I believe in his long-term game on that.
Yeah.
When it comes to the tariffs, I think he's doing the right thing.
Yeah, I'm cool with the tariffs too.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm cool with like 99% of stuff he's doing. I'm just not cool with what he's doing with these people that's actually protesting. I mean, to try to deport somebody with a green card with no criminal record that hasn't broken any of our laws, that's kind of nuts.
Yeah, go ahead, Kev.
I think that's what Bill Maher was alluding to on his show. He said, y'all, we are, when he was talking about all the deportations, I'm cool with all the deportations. If you're in a country legally, you need to go. But I think that's what Bill Maher was alluding to, which I still don't agree with. He's too wishy-washy, but he said we're on the verge of authoritarian government.
Authoritarian, you fucking
authoritarian government. But I don't really see that, except when I see what he did to Khalil, the guy with the green card.
Well, it's like it's like over 300 other students too that are like deported to. It's like a big. It's a big black eye on the administration for me too, because it's like, okay, if you have such a problem with these protests, why weren't you doing this when BLM was popping off and actually causing terrorism? Literally causing terrorism.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. They were saying these people was in the country illegally though, and they're Hamas supporters.
And then he started saying that that motto, a visa is not a right, it's a privilege.
Where did Bill Maher talk about the green card holders deportations?
He if you look it up,
was it on his podcast or his show?
It was on his show.
Okay.
He was talking about some of Trump's executive orders is on the verge of authoritarianism. How you say it?
Authoritarian,
or totalitarian.
To deportation, but trickier question. What about beliefs? Now, the federal government has said, in the case of this Mahmoud Khalil,
there it is.
He's the Columbia University Hamas-loving activist. Not my politics by a long shot. He's for the destruction of Western civilization.
Really?
In his words. Just to give you where he's at. Okay.
Pause it right there.
Yeah.
Really? Is he against Western civilization? He's here reaping the rewards of Western civilization?
Going to our
universities?
Let's see
Does he really believe that?
Is that what he said? Is that a verbatim quote?
That's what Bill Maher is saying. That's what he believes in.
I think there was a quote from somebody that I saw saying some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I don't believe it unless I see it coming out of his mouth, especially when Israel's involved. Because they like to say people are being used as human shields. There's no evidence of that.
Let's take Bill Maher's word for what it's worth.
Any criminal conduct against him, a legal permanent U.S. resident, but rather that he could be expelled for his beliefs. See, it's a tough time.
Well,
you got to be really sticky with you got to stick to your principles. Like, this guy is to me the worst of the worst, but I don't think you can throw people out of this country or disappear them for beliefs.
Well, you can.
That's free speech.
It's more complicated. It's more complicated because it is because he's not a U.S. citizen. He's on a green. Well, hang on. Let me just give my view, and you can.
The First Amendment applies to everyone.
You can educate me when I finish.
I will.
So
That's got to be a Jew right there.
He is in the country on a green card. He came in, I think, in 2022. And by the criteria of that, the Secretary of State has absolute power to remove somebody who's in the country on a green card, even if they haven't committed a crime, if he believes they present a threat to national security, to the security of the United States.
That's the point I was trying to make. So I guess Piers Morgan.
So
This guy, as you
the Secretary of State has the power to do that?
I guess so. If they sense a legitimate threat and they think it's a legitimate threat, they do have the power to do it. They basically have the power to do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, maybe they have access to information that I'm not privy to.
Maybe.
Yeah. But look like they will release that.
Yeah.
said has been on record handing out pro-Hamas literature, screaming about wanting the destruction of Western civilization, leading a group which, as we saw with our own eyes, were terrorizing Jewish students at Columbia.
I want to see this. I'm tired of hearing people saying it. I actually want to see it.
People were being taken to the hospital. They were stopping students from being
Memo
educated.
does not allege any criminal conduct.
There's no criminal contact.
It doesn't have to.
Okay.
Well, here's what I would say, and I would just, at this point, quote your
I hate this
late
guy.
great friend Christopher Hitchens.
Let's hear him out.
Famously wrote that when every single time that you violate or propose to violate the free speech rights of anyone, you are making a rod for your own back. Okay? This is not something, hate speech, offensive speech, objectionable speech, that's the only speech that needs defending. The speech that everyone agrees with doesn't need any defending at all.
Supporting a terrorist.
You know, that's crazy.
Allegation,
That's crazy because
Hate speech.
Where was this energy when Biden was in office and conservatives were being censored on Facebook? And
I know.
Stuff like that. Where was that energy now? But now he has the energy for this movement because politically that's how he aligns.
Yep.
It's BS. I seen the entire episode. That guy's a total fucking loser.
Well, they saying this guy is against Western civilization. He's very anti-Semitic. I want to see it. I'm tired of hearing people saying
Say
these
it,
things.
yeah.
Show me. Do we got any videos of this dude saying anything crazy?
Anti-Hamas protest.
Do we got any video evidence of him of these allegations they're saying he
Of
committed?
Khalil?
Yeah.
Here, let me get him.
Oh man, that would be all over the place.
Yeah,
There's
nobody
no-
can find it.
There's no evidence of him doing anything. He's just he's protesting against Israel, and that's why they tried to deport him. I don't think he's. Well, maybe he is.
I don't think
pro-Hamas.
he's a danger.
Yeah, I
to
can't really find anything here. I'm
Maybe
trying to
it's-
find like a statement from him or anything. Can't really find it on X.
like the guy that just got deported, the Merlin man.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
okay. I
We
get
know
that.
he's MS-13. We know he's a wife beater. We
Yeah.
know he's a violent person. He's in our
He's
country
in
legally.
the country legally. I get that.
Yeah, I
But
get that. But show me where this dude is supposedly in our country illegally, and he's wishing harm on Americans in Israel, death to all Jews.
And there's evidence that he's a threat to Americans.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I'm tired of hearing people say it like these people in Israel said, the reason why these children and these people are dying is because Hamas is using them as human shields.
Yeah.
That's all BS.
So this is supposedly his Instagram post saying it's a fact check, though. Heads up, this is fake. The statement came from a group called Columbia University Bengali Student Association. It was printed in Mondo Weiss on August 4th in his much longer essay expressing solidarity with the student movement in Bangladesh. So this wasn't posted by Mahmoud Khalil.
There's nothing posted of him. Right?
Yeah, and I guess Piers Morgan fell for it.
Yeah,
Well,
'cause
let's be honest about this. The reason why they tried to deport him, he's against Israel, the state of Israel.
And he
That's
had a
why.
big voice.
And he has a big voice. That's why. That dude ain't did nothing to nobody but protest.
yeah, yeah.
He's here legally. He's got a green card. He's
studying
taking
to be a
advantage.
doctor.
Yeah, he's studying to be a doctor, and he's taking advantage of all our freedoms and rights in this country.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I agree
And
with
he's
you.
a permanent resident. He's
Yeah.
a permanent resident.
Yeah, I thought once you became a permanent resident, the only way they could take it from you is if you broke the law or you became a terrorist or something like that.
And you committed a heinous crime or something. You just protesting against somebody you feel is
The state of Israel.
genociding your people.
Yeah.
That should be covered on the First Amendment.
Y'all like that last Ram we gave away? Yeah. So we got us another one. Check this Ram out. 2500 heavy duty turbo diesel Ram. R-A-M or Ram. It's got all kinds of Ram action. Yeah, I love this Ram. You can really ram something with this. What color is this? Graphite? That is white supremacist graphite right there. Got a good handle on it. See that handle? Built like a tank, but it drives like a race car. Go to officialhardtwins.com. Anything you buy from the site get you automatically in a win. Yeah. No purchase necessary. Going where prohibited. See official rules for details. Yeah.